So yesterday we have done diary entry. Okay, so format is clear to you. Okay, so now coming up to page number is 20. Page number is 32. Okay, so page number 32, there one question is given for diary entry. Okay, diary entry question is given that we are going to do. Okay, so what is the question? Let us have a look. Suppose you are one of the volunteers. 1 minute. Suppose you are one of the volunteers who went to Andaman and Nicobar Islands for relief work after tsunami. You work in the relief camp. Okay, so what is a relief camp? Relief camp means where assistance is provided. Assistance means help. Okay, assistance is provided in a camp. Okay, where the victims, they are kept for temporary time period, and ultimately as they are kept there, so they are being provided timely help there. So next afterwards, 1 minute please. Then you work in a relief camp distributing food, water and medicine among the victims. You listen to the various stories of bravery of ordinary people even as they fight against odds. Odds means difficult situations, not normalized situation, to bring out about some semblance of normalcy. Semblance means similarity in their lives. You admire them. You admire their grit and determination. Grit and determination means hard work. You admire their hard work and write a diary entry. Now they have given the start. For example, the killer tsunami struck these islands 5 days ago, but the victims are being brought in even now. Each one has a story to tell. So in this manner you can start. So for this, how you can start? You can also start with an expression, as I told you yesterday, that what a great day, what a great day, or what a day, what a, you can say, what a touching day it was. Okay, tsunami has struck this island 5 days ago, but still the victims are being brought in even now, and each one has a story to tell. I'm so impressed by the stories of the different people who have come to this relief camp. Actually, their hard work, their grit and determination always weave a beautiful story to tell. Okay, how it is telling a story, then you can cite the example, for example, from the chapter. Now, from the chapter, for example, Almas. Okay, the girl who has been saved. Okay, you can write down, she's just a girl, Almas, she's just a girl of 13 years of age, but still she has tried hard to save the life of her family members. She helped to the one of the wooden plank in the great waves of tsunami, and ultimately she was saved after 2 years. Then you can also mention about, for example, the last excerpt that we have read, that is of the girl, right? So we can also mention it about, for example, we have learned about the family of Smiths. Okay, right? So Tilly Smith, she has come to our camp only yesterday. Okay, but the great courage that she has shown is really an example for all of us. Okay, she has warned her parents about the coming disaster. There were silent tremors she felt, and ultimately she has informed her parents that these are not tremors of earthquake, but these are the signs of danger of coming tsunami or of the impending tsunami. But her parents too reacted in a positive way and too reacted wisely, and they evacuated that place. Evacuated means they left that place. They evacuated that place. It means they left that place and they have gone, and they have, in order to save themselves, they have gone to the 3rd floor of the building. So there, that was the wise step taken by them, and finally they were saved. Not only Tilly Smith saved the life of her family, but she has also saved many other tourists who has come to that island to celebrate Christmas. Really, this Christmas was really a great present for all of them, and they have got the present of their lives as God has saved them. So each story, when I listen to each and every victim of the relief camp, I learn a story. I learn a story and I learn a message from God, that even if you are determined, you can say you can stand against all the odds. You can stand against all the odds. All the odds means difficult situations. You will definitely be able to be the winner. You will definitely be the winner. And finally, that my 5 days in relief camp is a great experience for me, and I have enjoyed it a lot, not only serving them but also learning new lessons every day. Okay, so in this manner you will explain your story, giving it just a dramatic touch. Why it is a dramatic touch? It is because of the reason that we are writing different stories, right? Okay, different stories from the chapter. So in this manner you can take certain excerpts from the chapter only, and you can add on in your diary entry. So after that, now it's too late, my mom is calling me. Talk to you later. Bye, and then your name. Okay, so I hope that story is clear, and sorry, diary entry is clear to you. If yes, put your thumbs up. You will be able to write. Okay, Japri, fine. Rest of the students, you will be able to write. Okay, so fine. So in this manner, you will write down a story. So I always tell, use some good words, use some good vocabulary, as well as add some dramatic lines in order to give it a, you can say, wholesome touch. So now coming back to the back exercise, rest of the part we have done. So I think working with language on page number 31 we haven't done. Page number 31, working with language. So go through part 1 carefully and make a list of words. Okay, fast movement words which are included in the chapter. So which were fast words of fast movement? For example, we have read about rushed. They rushed. Water rushed towards them. Rushed. Then we have also read about swept away. These were the words of fast movement. Okay. So they were also washed away. Washed away. These are also washed away. These are also the words of fast movement. Means these words we have read in the chapter. Then what are the words of slow movement? Slow movement means, for example, slow movement, rising is a slow process, recede, coming back of water. This we have also read. This is again words of slow movement. Then, and words which are neither fast nor slow. In this paragraph, we have read that floating. Okay, so these words we have read. Actually, this exercise was meant for you, but for your ease, I have helped you out. So next, fill in the blanks in the sentences below the verbs given in brackets. The earth trembled, but not many people felt the dash. In bracket, it is given tremble. So what will be the answer? You can raise up your hand so that I can unmute you. Yes, it can be, for example, tremble. So it can be trembling. Trembling. In this manner, we have to make either noun or verbs. Next, when the zoo was flooded, there was a lot of dash and many animals escaped into the countryside. Confused? Yes, confused. Then, yes, Kritika? It will be?
Confusion.
Confusion, right. Very good. Next, we heard with dash that the lion had been recaptured. Relief. What it will be?
Relief.
It will be relief. Okay, relief. Let me write on the board. It will be relief. Okay. Next, The zookeeper was stuck in a tree and his dash was filmed by the TV crew. Rescue, it will be only rescue, that will be a noun, only same one will be there. There was much dash in the village when the snake charmer came visiting. Excite, it will be
excitement,
excitement. Yes, it will be excitement. 3 students who have raised up the hand, I have unmuted you. So that will be excitement, right? Okay. So next, on next page we have different, you can say 5-6 parts are given in which we have to tell them as active and passive. So this we will do when we will do rules of active and passive in the class. Okay. So we have done this diary entry on the next part, that is speaking and writing part, and with this the chapter is complete. Okay. So you have to do this diary entry in this form, and with this your chapter is complete. So I think that it is clear to you. Okay. So you will do this diary entry, and now next afterwards we are going to start with the poem, that is the ant and the cricket. Okay. Let us start with the poem. One minute. The ant and the cricket. So cricket, what is it? What is cricket? Anybody knows what is cricket? Does anybody know what is cricket? Yes, Manasvi?
It is an insect that sings.
It's an insect, of course, and it is just similar to that of, you can say, to that of, like that of grasshopper. Okay, you can see the picture also, right? So what the poet wants to deliver through this, the story of ant and cricket. So you know that in your class also you must have witnessed such kind of characters. There are different kind of students. Some students, okay, those who are very much sincere in their work, they always listen to the teacher with complete attention. Yes, so that no word should be missed, and their work is always up to the mark, always raising up the hands in the class. And some students, they are lost in their own thoughts, they are not at all listening to the teacher, and when the time comes they are asking, give me your notebook to complete my work, give me your notebook to complete my work. Okay. And ultimately some good students, they don't give, because they know that it is their hard work and it is their efforts with which they have done the work. Okay. And but the other students, those who are not doing the work, they don't have anything to say at that time, because they have not done their work at that time. Similarly, in this point, ant and cricket. Ants, very laborious, you can say in nature. Industrious means hardworking, always you can say utilizing food for the winter season. You know that during winter season, most of the insects, they undergo a process called hibernation. What is hibernation? It means winter sleep, because the weather outside is too cold. So this is the reason why they won't be able to come out of their holes or their holes or burrows, and ultimately they undergo a deep sleep. Okay, they utilize food in their holes and they deposit food for winter season, and throughout summer season they are working hard. But the cricket, who is not at all believing in doing hard work, he is always playing, dancing and enjoying his time, and when the winter comes, he did not have any food to eat. Naturally, in that time, in that crucial time, in that time of scarcity of food means when there is shortage of food. So he has to ask ant that please give me some food, some grains to eat. Now the question is whether ant will give him the food or not. And if yes, what he would tell to cricket, and if no, what answer he has given. So this is really very interesting. The poem is delivering a message at the end. This we will got to know after reading the poem. Okay. So let us start about reading. Yes. So I have shared with you a picture of the poem, that is ant and the cricket. So here it is shown that ants, see in the picture that how laborious the ants are. They are dragging this, you can say small piece of wheat and ultimately dragging every grain into their holes, into their burrows. But the cricket who is dancing. Okay, so let us start with the poem. Okay, so but before that we will study about, yes, this poem. Okay, a silly young cricket accustomed to sing. Accustomed means who is in habit of singing. Okay, a silly young cricket. Silly, why silly? See in the starting. Okay, the poet has very well mentioned the type of character the cricket is. Means silly, who is not at all serious about anything. You can see in the picture that cricket is sitting on the branch of a tree and accustomed to sing. He used to sing and enjoy his time. Through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, through the warm sunny months of gay means happy. Through the happy days of summer and spring, why these days are called to be, they are called to be, you can say, gay, of the days of happiness. It is just because of the reason that during this time the weather is quite favorable. Neither it is neither too hot nor too cold, and all the creatures, they can carry forward their day-to-day activities with full enthusiasm. Moreover, the flowers are also in full bloom during spring season. Began to explain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come, and he began to complain when cricket has opened up his cupboard, he has found it that it was, you can say, it was empty. Winter has come, but he did not have anything to eat. Now, such kind of characters, they don't have any other thing except to complain. They always complain. Yes, during that time I was busy in that activity, I was doing that work. This is the reason why I'm not able to gather my food. Okay, so this poem, it shows that what kind of character the cricket is, who is very silly, non-serious in work, never plans, and is never far-sighted. See, not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? So now cricket was thinking, not a crumb. Crumb means, you can say, the small piece of bread, okay, which is on the outer crust of bread, okay, dried piece of bread. It even not a dry piece of bread he has to find in his cupboard to eat during the winter season on the snow-covered ground, because the entire snow was covered with, entire ground, it was covered with snow, and there was nothing for him to eat. How can he pass his time? How can he manage? Not a flower could he see, not even a single flower could be seen on the trees, because during the winter season, no tree blooms, not even a flower, not even a fruit could be seen on the branches of the trees. Even the leaves, they shed out, or the trees, they shed out their leaves because of extreme winter season. Not a leaf on a tree, this I have told. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? And cricket was just thinking, what will become of me? What will happen to me? How can I manage my time? And what you can say, fortune will befall me? What will happen to me? At last by starvation. Starvation means when person have shortage of food. Note down what is the meaning of starvation means, shortage of food. And famine. Famine is again, famine, it is a natural calamity in which there is no food available. Made bold. At last by starvation means how can he pass this kind of situation when he would be suffering from starvation and famine. All dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, all dripping with wet from the sky. The snow is pouring down. Okay, snow is falling. Dripping down means even on the tree. Okay, the water or the mist in the early morning, it is dripping down in the form of drops, and all trembling with cold. Trembling means shaking. and everyone is shaking with cold in this winter season. Away he set off to a miserly aunt. Miserly means poor, who is always in his poor condition. Why his always aunt is in poor condition? Because the aunt is always working hard. Away he set off to his miserly aunt. Then finally he has gone to a tour. He has gone to a journey to his friend aunt, who is living to some far distance, to see if to keep him alive he would grant. Why he has gone to aunt? To see whether if he will go there, whether aunt will give him food so that he can be alive, so that he should not be dead with hunger. Okay, so this is the reason why he has gone to aunt. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. Okay, and a mouthful of grain he wished only to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So him shelter from rain. Why he has gone there? He wanted to ask. See in the next picture, he has went to aunt's house, where he has gone that he wanted some shelter from this rain because it was raining, and a mouthful of grain, and some grain he would lend him, and he wanted to borrow some grain as he was not, or as he has not, you can say, borrowed, or he has not saved any grain for the winter season, and he would repay it tomorrow. He would repay it tomorrow means that he is only borrowing this grain, and when the right season will come, when the favorable season will come, he would return back this grain. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. And if he would not lend him, he will definitely die of starvation, means shortage of food, and because of this, sorrow means because of this kind of season. Says the aunt to the cricket, I'm your servant and friend, but we aunts never borrow, we aunts never lend. So what aunt said? Aunt said, of course. He said, if there is no doubt in this case that I am a good friend of yours, no doubt. But there is a rule in aunts that they never lend and they never borrow, that they never take anything from anybody, nor they give anything to anybody. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth. Quoth means quoted. Okay, this is an archaic word. Quoth, th, when it is used, this is an archaic word. A-R-C-H-A-I-C, archaic word, which means that these words or this word is no longer in use. So the poets, they used to, in spite of using ed at the end, quoted, they are using th. Quoth. Quoth means said the cricket, not I. So now the aunt asked the cricket, did you lay nothing by? Have you not saved anything? When the weather was warm, when the weather was good, and this was what the cricket said, not I, that he has not saved anything for this winter season. My heart was so light, then I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay, you sang, sir, you say. My heart was so light. He said, my heart means I was never bothered about of the coming situation. My heart was so light means I was not bothered about that I sang day and night. That what I did, I only sang throughout the day and night. For all nature looked gay because the environment was so pleasant that I enjoyed everything, or nature looked very gay means happy. And you sang, sir, you say, and it means, aunt said, it means that you sang throughout the warm season. Oh, then, go then, says the aunt, and dance the winter away. He said, if you have danced during the warm season, then go away. Dance in this winter season also, because you have never thought of your plight. Plight means condition. Thus ending, he hastily means hurriedly. He hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. So what he did, so aunt, by saying these words, he immediately picked up a stick, okay, wicket, stick or log of wood, and he has driven the cricket out of his house, and he has pushed him out of his house. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it is true. Folks means people, they call it as this a fable. Fable means that this is a story. But I will warrant, I guarantee that this is true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. This means that if you don't work hard, you won't get its fruit. Okay. So ultimately, this story, this message is true that if you work hard, only then you will be successful. Only then you will be able to get good results. This is not only true for crickets, but for human beings too. It means that these 2 last lines, these encapsulated the message of the poem. Okay, the poet is delivering us the message. Okay, students, right? So, ultimately, what we have come to know through this poem is the importance of hard work. Okay, that what kind of fruits hard work gives us, and ultimately it is because of hard work, sincerity, and our dedication to our purpose that ultimately bring a change, and that can ultimately make us, you can say, make our life to be full of pleasures. Okay, so we will continue with this tomorrow, this poem, and we will do the rest of the question answers. So till then, have a nice day, enjoy your day, and take care of your health.